Hello, we are doing February reads. We haven't changed outfits because we're doing one video after the other because we're slack.
I thought you were going to say slags and I was like, yeah!
That too, slags. Slacking slags. Cameron's first book of the month and my last book of the month was The Midnight Game by...
Cynthia Murphy.
I was going to say Murphy, but it sounded wrong. Cynthia Murphy. I fucking love this book.
It was so good.
It's based on an internet creepypasta of the Midnight Man, which I loved creepypastas when I was a teenager because I loved to traumatise myself.
Momo.
Stop, that wasn't even my era. My era was fucking Ben Drown and Jeff the Killer and stuff like that. Slenderman.
That just triggered something in me.
What, because I was so obsessed?
Yeah.
We went to high school together and my Jeff the Killer obsession was not healthy. It was not good. It was embarrassing. I had to delete all the pictures from that because it's too... I can't even... Anyway, so it's based off a creepypasta which they discussed on a subreddit called Deadit, which is just based on Reddit. You know, I guess you don't want to get a fucking plagiarism suit. One of my favourite aspects of the book is how the actual text chats are set out like text. I really like that, especially like the Reddit chats. Really like that.
I said it was good for like ADHD people.
Yes, it's really easy to read. It's fast paced. There's nothing boring in it because it just fucking goes from the get-go. The plot twists, divine.
Yeah. So good.
The reviews for this book wasn't great. I looked at the reviews and they weren't great. People were like, this has been done before. It's because it's based off a fucking actual creepypasta, but okay, queen. There's a movie that this is based that is of this as well. There's a couple movies. There is a movie called The Midnight Man because I watched it a couple weeks ago. What I liked about it is that it wasn't scary for like the reasons you think a creepypasta would be scary. Not until the end anyway. Oh, so good. I love that so much. It gives you like a good mixture of like real life horrors and then like creepypasta horrors. It's a really good combo. And it's like one of those like, not necessarily a whodunit, but like you don't know what's happening in this book. Like it's definitely like, it gives murder mystery in a different sense because people just keep dropping and you don't know why. And you're like, is it because there's actually the Midnight Man or... I really enjoyed this book.
That girl, the first girl's murder.
Well, that made me sad actually. Yeah. It was a bit sad. She died alone.
And young.
Stop. Can't even think. But it is a really good book. It's really well set out. The pacing, divine. Really good pacing. And like, the plot twists weren't over the top, but they were done really well because there were multiple plot twists in the book. And it is such a good read. It was a really good way to end a month for me and to start the month for you after fucking the mess that January was. Yeah. I think I gave it 5 stars.
I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah, I gave it 5 stars. Really good book.
A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Which, guess what happens in that fucking book? A dog dies. And I was like, no.
What is the point? I cannot with animal death.
I thought it was very reminiscent of Pretty Little Liars. I can't remember that much of the book, to be fair. Like, it was really a hyped up book.
I have heard people say that it's like Pretty Little Liars for preteens.
Yeah.
Like for young adult fiction.
But basically, the spoiler is that the murderer was her sister.
Oh. It's a Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I gave this book 3 stars. It was quite a short book. The thing is, it had a really good premise and it tackled mental health really well. It's about a girl that kills herself, goes up to this library in limbo, and she has the opportunity to relive her life if she had made a different choice. And like, she had quite a good amount of different choices she could have made. Like, she could have been in a rock band. She could have married this guy. But it got so repetitive and it was just, it got boring. I had to like push through this section. Like the first few lives she did were good. I enjoyed that. She could have stopped after 3, I think. But it just kept going and going. And then there was like pages of her just being, I've lived like this. It just kept going. Spoiler, in the end, she goes back to her original life. But like, yeah, it It didn't need to be as long as it was. It didn't need to... It was only 280 pages, but that was too much. It was boring, it was repetitive, but it was a good premise. There wasn't really any plot twists in it. It was just like... I wouldn't recommend to read it. It was okay.
The next one I read was A Flicker in the Dark.
I haven't read that one yet.
Oh my god.
I have that on my bookshelf.
I got bored. Well, she's like addicted to like painkillers and shit, and it's like,
Oh yeah,
where is
that's
this
very
going?
American.
And then it goes.
Is it set in America?
I can't remember. But it goes nowhere, and it's like, why are you addicted to pills? Why?
Yeah, that annoys me when they add like something like that in and there just nothing else happens with it.
I put it was really predictable.
My next book of the month was... Oh, I love this book. So, Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. It's a fantasy. I have it at the top there. You can't see it because it's like 2 shelves up from that one. But it's a fantasy. It's like proper like fairy tale fantasies, like storybook. But it's set in a world where like... It's so fucking good. There are like these fates and they've been trapped in a deck of cards, and it's about she's in love with this guy secretly, and then suddenly he gets cursed and he wants to marry her stepsister. So it's very like fairy tale-ish, evil stepmother, bad stepsister. So she makes a deal with the Prince of Hearts, Jax, to stop it. But this deal has a twist. The thing about Jax is that all of the fates have a curse. His curse is any person he kisses that isn't his true love will turn to stone.
Medusa
vibes. And his curse is that he is desperate for true love. So dead bodies just follow his path at this point. They just drop down dead. They'll die. Not turn to stone, they'll die is what I meant.
Okay.
That's because the people get turned to stone and I was getting confused. It's been a while. So this deal has a twist. He's like, I'll do this for you, but you have to kiss me 3 times in 3 different locations whenever I choose. And she gets like this tattoo on. It's fucking good. Because he has like... it has to be a kiss on the lips to kill someone. So he does, and he's got like this magic where he can control it. Anyway, it's very good. It's very like murder, like not murder mystery. There's lots of mystery. There's lots of like puzzles and solving things, and it's so magical, and it's like one of those good fantasy books that you can pick up and it's not going to make you depressed. It's actually like a nice adventure, and it's good because it's like a slow paced enemies to lovers kind of vibe, because even in the first book they don't kiss and they don't fall in love yet. The next book is already out, but I'm waiting for the paperback to be out, and then the third and final, I think the third book is the final book, that comes out this September. Very excited for it. But it's a good feel-good fantasy, happy time. And Jax is sarcastic and I love that. I have his dagger tattooed on my back. Read one book, in love. Toxic trait.
Mental illness.
Illness. All of my book boyfriends. Fuck my real fiance. Give me a book man.
We can't disagree with that. I read Cleopatra.
Oh, you can't even say it because you didn't enjoy it that much.
Cleopatra and Frankenstein.
Disappointed because it was Waterstone's book of the month.
It had like some really good one-liners in it, but it was so long reading about people's lives, and I just don't think I could do it because they were like straight people.
This is what I was going to say, so, but that's what A Little Life is, but that's gays.
I literally put, the writing style was like reminiscent of A Little Life, but it just didn't hit me the way
I just
it was
don't
supposed to.
think you can read out straight people.
But there was characters, right, but you got switched to a point of view every single time a chapter changed. There was also one character which had like a different format to how the other pages characters were.
Oh, no, why do that?
It was like star bullet points. I'm just gonna jump in and say I read Coraline, which is just like 5 out of 5 stars because it's fucking Coraline. Be serious.
Oh yeah, you do love Coral, and you've got like a full, not a hard on, but like...
But there's no dolls in the book.
Yeah, you said that the Belle Dam doesn't make dolls.
And also that when, you know, they get rid of the key, they don't shatter her hand this time. They just like Bye. Also, Wybe's not in it.
Well, the book was first. The book was before the movie, so...
Yeah.
I wonder why they added Wybe in then in the film. Probably to give it more... Oomph, because without it, it's just her narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, Wybe is like a comedic relief in a way. My next book of February was A Soul to Heal by Opal Rain, which is the sequel to A Soul to Keep, and it is just monster porn. I'm sorry, this is who I am, but it's like good monster smut because you get a fantasy universe is really good. They're long books, they're thick, they're like 600 pages. It's a big fantasy universe that she has developed, so it's not just monster smut. There's only like bits of it in there. But there's romance aspects, there's universe aspects where it's like this alternate universe where there are demons living in the shadows and things. So there are a lot of like gated cities and things like that. And then like these are the Duskwalkers, these big, they're not even demons, they're like above demons. They're like these creatures made from like these fucking gods. It's so good. It's such like, if you don't like smut, you could easily get past it because the world building and the fantasy aspect is so fucking good. But it is monster smut. Wrong end. I haven't read the third one yet. There's a fourth one coming out soon as well.
You'll be busy.
They're good. It's really well written. She's a fantastic author. I love her. 10 out of 10. But she even said like her first character of the first book is based off of Ancient Magus Bride, which I have there. So that was already me sold.
Easily influenced.
I am.
Yeah.
I am a sheep. Bah.
I read Before the Coffee Gets Cold, which first of all I was like, why the fuck are there no men in this book? Because...
Is that the one with the cat on the front?
Yeah. It's a male narrator, right? So I was like, okay, weird fixation on females. Then find out that the fucking second book is about men.